My name is Quandra Speights. I'm an active board member of Speights, Illinois. Speights, Illinois is an organization whose primary objectives are to highlight the importance of women's voice in elections, government, and policy making. I'm tremendously excited about my continued involvement within the press group of women, working endlessly to influence the political process and policy so that our lives in our state are impacted in a positive way. Speights, Illinois supports HB 4954 because we believe students should learn about the many contributions Black people as a whole, and Black Americans in particular, has had on the society. And not providing this education is a disservice to all our students. It seems surreal that still today we are debating on whether or not our children should learn about Black history. Black history is American history, and it's imperative that we embrace all history, and not just a one-sided Eurocentric point of view or the white man's perspective. Studying history allows us to understand our past, which also allows us to understand our present, which influences our future. It provides us with an insight into our cultural origins as well as subcultures created by people, experiences, and behaviors, therefore increasing cross-cultural awareness and understanding. Is there a better time than this to support the implementation of Black history as a priority in our state education system? The Black history taught in our school systems often abbreviated by versions of history, beginning with fragments of slavery and the civil rights movement, and ending with the election of President Obama. We can and simply must do better than that. This bill, HB 4954, is sponsored by many of our state legislators, including LaShawn Ford, who is here with us today. This bill promises to expand the current curriculum of Black history to include the study of American civil rights and the study of pre-enslavement history. But let us not dare to teach the history of significance and not often speak about the Black women figures in our history, such as Maria Stewart, a pioneer Black abolitionist and women's rights advocate in the 1800s, who initiated a Black women's demand for sexual justice campaign, asking, "What if I am a woman?" It was a question with profound implications if answered in the affirmative. What would it mean to acknowledge women, especially Black women, as full citizens with legal capacity and political consent? By asking this one single question, Stewart asserted the essential humanity of Black womanhood and called for the inclusion of Black women as fully human beings and owners of their own bodies with the ability to withhold consent. You may be wondering, why is this important? Mainly because in the 1800s, in most states, Black women, free and enslaved, were excluded from rape law. In fact, southern states made it legally impossible for slave women to file rape charges against white men before 1861. Her advocacy made many inroads into this important issue. Or Lucy Brown, who questioned the government on why would they deprive thousands of Black women without a pension. Over 100,000 African American men served in the U.S. Army, with the majority of them who had from the South and were enslaved. Many of these men were married during slavery or had common law marriages. During the 1800s, pensions were only recognized for legal marriages and ignored slavery marriages, leaving all these Black widows without pension benefits. Lucy was a pioneer in the fight for equality for women and families on this issue. Or Mary Richardson, a free Black woman accused of assisting a slave to run away from his owner. Her story historical significance because she went to court to argue that she was a free woman, not a free Negro or free nigger. The final document shows that Richardson was successful in a plea and was released on the information that her mother was a white woman. She knew that if the court would believe her mother was white, she may gain the sympathy of an all-white male court, regardless of whether or not she had committed that crime. Her ability to use, Richardson used her knowledge of existing race and gender relations in order to make her case, and her ability to use the established laws at the time as the inspiration of many freed slaves. Here are a few examples of how Black women have impacted American history. If the full story of Black